Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm hoping you can hear me because I can't see how my that picture in the back is supposed to go with my voice. So if you could just let me know if you hear me. Oh, look. Did you see what it just said? So I have this app going, and I told Jim if he wants to communicate to us, exceed. See, I'm telling you, watch. It just said ring. It just said all kinds of things. It just so wow, now it's all of a sudden going like boom, boom, boom. It wasn't doing that a second ago. So discuss came up as soon as I turned this on. And it says brave and exceed Lord. But I just thought I'd keep that in the corner. I thought that'd be cool. I was just trying it out, see what we could get. But we can talk about whatever. No, we're not mad. No. I just was trying to figure this out so I could I didn't want to be on camera, but I didn't humanity. But I wanted something to show when I was talking. And that picture's supposed to move with my voice, but it's not. So yeah. That's what the picture thing is. And hey, Sleuth Knees, Mimi, Barbie, Sassy, Angie, who said what, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. There's been some crazy things come up on this. I never know how to use those, like, I don't know. I don't have much luck with those spirit box things, but this, it's kind of fun. Well, thank you, Sleuth Knees. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but so what is new? I mean, as far as I told you guys, I promised you guys by Monday I would be back to on course. So, but I definitely have not been able to I've definitely not been able to watch YouTube that much. Oh yeah, the AWP thing is definitely crazy situation. I looked up his background, and he has kind of a bad background, but I think that was already known, right? Like he was like he was supposedly supposed to have changed his life around or something. It's cat, guys. I don't understand what's up with this cat. Like, it's just so annoying. Jim, can you please freaking play with this cat? So those who didn't know, I didn't come live yesterday. I was expecting to, but I don't know. By the time I got home and stuff, after looking at vehicles, or well, it wasn't looking at a vehicle. I already knew which vehicle I was getting, but the night before, their system was down. So of course I had to come all the way back. That's okay. It worked out. I got it here. But now I'm just going to have to make sure I stay. I'm going to have to, yeah, I'm just going to have to be very, what's the word? Trying to think. I had motivated. I have to keep myself motivated and go live every day, no matter if I want to or not. Because now that, people also got the wrong impression or wrong idea of what I was saying about Jim, as far as being dependent. What I mean, he didn't. I paid my own stuff in half, or if I. But I would borrow. We would borrow money off each other, like so. If if ever I got in a bind, I could always ask him. So that's what I mean by being dependent. Like I didn't have to worry. It wasn't that I didn't pay for my own stuff. Discipline is definitely a good one. No, I have to focus on reselling and YouTube. I make more doing reselling than a job. It's way people don't understand that. Now, the only thing that sucks or it's a major downfall though is benefits. But yeah, I just have to be disciplined, which, with him, I always knew like I could be relaxed. You know what I mean? I didn't have to, like, if I wanted to be lazy, I could, because I knew he was there just in case, Hey, Liblock, you resell too, Debbie? Right, Sleuthness? I love to resell, but you have to stick with it and just be disciplined. You can do really well reselling, like as long as you stick with it. It's just, I mean, it's better than going into a job. Right, Jim? Hey, Kathy. Hey, Brandy. I just said hi to. Thrifty is another one. Yeah, I have to be thrifty. All the above. So, aw, thank you, Tina Bobina. Tina, Bobina, Vanna, Fofina, Fee-Fi, Fofina, Tina. Why does this thing keep saying snow? I don't understand. It keeps saying snow. And not just this app, but other ones I've tried. Also, something, I've noticed that's when you know that you're actually getting responses, is if you're using different devices and then you start getting like the same words. I had that happen yesterday, and I'm like, I turned on this app and words were coming up that were just coming up on a different app. And I'm like, what the heck? That is weird. Us. Yeah. We were a team. But I don't know what snow means. Oh, really, Debbie? Yeah, Jody. And people don't understand. They're like, well, if you made so much reselling, why? It's like you can do good on YouTube too. It just they're both like not consistent. Well, reselling is more consistent. I mean, but oh, thank you, Lip Lock. Yay! Why is my guy not growing? Oh, it's working. Let's see. Let's see the will the shark grow? Oh wait, I think I have covered what I need to. No wonder. I think I have it covered. There we go. Might have to change the color a little bit there because that is not showing up. Tina, Bobina, Fin, Fofina, Fee5, Fofin, Chuck, Bobok, Banana, Fana, Fofok, Fee5, Fo. Chuck. I got myself into a little ish. What's going on here? It will work. I don't know how the shark thing. I don't know if the shark thing's working though. Oh, when you say new palettes, do you mean like makeup palettes or do you mean palettes like from businesses? Thank you, Peachy. Oh, Debbie, this is perfect. Oh, that would be perfect for you. Yeah, and just you can bring in up to, well, it used to be on PayPal. You could bring in a pretty decent amount before they would report it. Things have probably changed. Pretty sure it used to be like, I don't know, it was like 10,000 or something you could bring in before they would turn. And if you could stay underneath that, they wouldn't turn in, and then people would try to, collect money on other. But yeah, it's Sophia. Hey, you guys, earlier something really interesting came up. Like, oh no, it's not gonna. Oh yeah, well, okay. Right. It mentioned a reporter, Savannah. I was about to go live and I'm like, Savannah, because I was Tug Struck Developer. Savannah, isn't that where didn't Dolly, or wasn't there somebody who struck somebody in Savannah? Maybe that's what reporter would be, because I mean that's probably a word you might use to explain Dolly, or I don't know. Conceive. Okay. Clothing palace. Oh, thank you, Brittany. Oh, it does. I think my let's see. I see a lot of that resell on Facebook. They do great business. Yeah, I used to sell in makeup groups. You will be pick yourself up and continue. I'm proud of how far you've come already. Oh, Sherry, I'm like proud of how far I've come. This is nothing. I mean, how I feel right now is nothing short of a miracle. Like, really, Mount. Now, don't get freaking inappropriate. We know how, well, I know how you are. Always joking about, always, immature sex jokes. One of his jokes that, or I don't even know if it would be a joke. It was not even funny. Yeah, supposedly, yeah, you supposedly are funny. But anyways, um, I'm still like, I'm still so space, you guys. Sorry. I'm getting better, but I need to do something about that. It's kind of scary. My memory is like real bad. My short term, it's bad. It's way worse than, actually, I need to get a pen and it's kind of scary. I just randomly forget things when I'm talking. And that's not going to be good, because then I want to be able to do YouTube. Well, yeah, Don's out. He was scheduled to get out the 31st, and because the 31st is, I think was well, shit. I don't even want to think about what the 31st was. That was one of the worst days of my life. But anyways, yeah, he was scheduled to get out 31st. But we thought possibly, if I forget what day, if the day it fell on, I think had something to do with why he got out a day early. But yeah, what I was going to say, I just remember by reading Sherry's comment and picking yourself up. And I just, yeah, it's because all the support, like this app just said, Jack, you're being a pervert. He said, conceive, mount, Jack. He is a pervert. I'm telling you. Conceive, mount. I'm telling you. Watch. It's going to be a lot of sexual innuendo, like, type stuff. I don't know, though. Do you think people are, do you think in the afterlife, like, they, you know, or do you think they're, can joke about that stuff? Or is it like against the law up there? Um Oh, I was going to tell one of his grossest jokes I hated so much. It's not even, I don't even call it a joke. I hated it. And he would say it like freaking clockwork, like every time. I'm like, will you come up with new material, please? Like every time, if I said I was hungry, he'd be like, oh, I got some, what do you say? I've got some meat. You can, meat loaf, or what, meat. Oh my God, I can't believe I'll remember a second. I can't believe I just he said it so much. I can't believe man meat. I've got some man meat for you. Ugh, I hated that. That's so gross. He just thought it was hilarious. I was like, that's so gross. Ew. Man meat? I think that's not sexy at all. Oh, Misty, this is just in the corner. It's just a little app. And I said, if Jim has anything to say, he can tell us through this little app. we're just, or I'm just playing around with it. But as far as what we're talking about, it doesn't, we're just talking about whatever today. Tomorrow, 100% getting back to what I was doing before I got derailed. And I was really on a freaking roll, like seriously, you know? And bull, are you saying I'm full of bull? I was on a roll for real. You guys know that. I was all looking into this corruption every day. I was finding something different, and then this happened, and it just completely. I haven't even. You're saying I'm full of hot air? Solar, warm air, moon. You love man meat? I just don't like the word. The man, it just sounds, I don't know. I'm really weird, which obviously you already knew that. But, and I've said this once before, I have many times in my life, I've, especially recently, along with the ADHD, or wondering if I have ADHD, I'm like, kind of wonder if I could be autistic. And sometimes I wonder. And the reason why I say that is because I sounds, and I get really annoyed by certain sounds and just words. Like a word can make me feel, sick, kind of, or just, it's weird. And I know I think that's like but I don't think I have enough traits for it. But I just feel like sometimes, like, I'm like, man, and I'm not one of those, what is it, where you're always scared of getting sick, or you're always thinking that you have every single disease. Like every time you read it on Google, you're like, oh my God, I get headaches. That's me. Moist. Moist is a funny one because that was a inside joke with me and one of my friends that passed away several years ago. He would say that. Now, he was hilarious. He would mess with me that word because I'd be like, ew, moist. That's so weird. Moist. Ugh. Hypochondriac. There you go. And I'm really, really good at math. So I know a lot of people with autism are good at math, right? There's more. It's not just that. There's more things that kind of make me wonder sometimes. That'd be true. That's true, Swamp Beast. It seriously. Look, it says disability. I guess it could be counter a disability. I don't like labeling stuff like that, disability. I don't know if autism is considered a disability, but I know they try to label ADHD that, and I don't like that at all, because I believe now some people have ADHD much like a spectrum, just like autism. But I think many people, as they get older, learn to, deal with their ADHD, or they kind of grow out of it. Jim was one. He had definite adult ADHD, like real bad. He was constantly go, 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 go. And that's probably part of his downfall. Yeah, stereotype. That's true. It doesn't, you don't have, it's not like it's a symptom, being good at math. Actually, I think it's autism is like being excelling in like one subject, right? But a lot of times it seems to be math. Yep, we're on YouTube. No, don't say tube steak. Do not say tube steak. That's another one I hated that you would say. That's really gross, Jim. We do not like tube steak. Sir, Sir Half. Yeah, that just reminded me. He would say tube steak too. Ugh. Ew. I feel bad because I know, like I'm also a very tough person to deal with. It wasn't just Jim. I get very stressed and worry, and it can be really it can really affect people and their, you know, in a not so good way. Oh, we're just talking at the moment. We were talking about autism and just whatever topic comes up. ADHD also talked about. So this Jared thing. What do you guys think of that? Like, should we be concerned? I mean, since this was a long time ago, or I mean, gosh, what do you guys think? I mean, I think there should be concern. I mean, 17 years old and doing that, right? Is it what the story is? He was 17 and the girl was 10, right? Or possibly even 9, right? Am I saying that right? I never want to put out anything false when it comes to, especially when it comes to that type of stuff, because that can ruin somebody's life. Um, 17 and 9. Yeah, see, it's not like we're dealing with like 17 and 13 or even 12, which that's not even right at all. But 9? 9? Like, what? Yeah, no, that's not something that is a mistake when you're young. That is something that sticks with you, unfortunately. And I mean, I don't know how people develop these. A lot of times well, I do. I mean, they say from childhood, like trauma or usually abuse happening to themselves. Yep. Are you with your dad? Um, anyways, I haven't read the emails, so maybe I'll read those with you guys now, I guess, just to check out what you guys are. I was about to. Let me see. Where can I read these emails? Who's Critical K was. Oh, did you guys watch Critical K last night? She had a pretty good live, and I know she doesn't um have the I know a lot of people don't like her and stuff, but her live last night was worth watching because I just so happened to have her on, and she was talking about this situation with Jared. And his sister came in the chat, and I looked up the name, and that was really his sister's name. And she seemed to, I mean, she was like, I've been trying to out him for years. Nobody will listen to me. I got kicked out of the house because of, outing him, because she said that he abused her. Um, and that her life's in danger, like that many of her family has been blinded by his newfound kind of notoriety, or fame, if you want to call it fame. I guess it would be fame, because I mean, Kylie Rodney, I mean, they're the name that's come up a lot. Right, Darlene? A learned behavior. I hope it's a learned behavior, because can you imagine finding out it's something you're born with? I mean, I don't know. It's like sexual um desire. I don't know what to how to sexual preference is, I mean, I would think something you're born with, right? So if your sexual preference is children, it kind of makes me worry. It's like that doesn't seem right though. That would not. How would that even be fair that somebody was born with that and there's nothing they can do with it except like, or like, I watched this one show one time, who this guy was openly a he was openly a child predator, or I don't know if I should even call him that, because he hasn't, if I remember right, and I'm sure somebody here in the chat has seen it, a couple of you guys. If I remember right, like, the guy hadn't offended before, but he was open about his urges, and because of these urges that he is honest with himself and about, and he's honest with everybody about, he has basically, I mean, had to, like, be I mean, he kind of was like a hermit, like, in a way, so that he's so afraid that he's going to hurt a child. I mean, I'm glad that I think that's awesome that he is able to recognize that and, avoid hurting a child. I think that's really commendable. If you, I hate, I mean, at the same time, it's really, for me to think of somebody being attracted to a child, it's really gross. I can't understand it. But at the same time, I do respect somebody who realizes that they have, these desires, but they are determined not to act on them because they don't want to, but a lot of times, for some reason, they make, well, it's that's what our brain does. Our brain, like, it makes excuses for things. It will, if we want to, we can come up with any reason to do something, like rationalize it in our mind. Um, yeah, I think so, Autumn. If it comes to, if it can be, the problem with something like that is like diplomatic tax prayer. The problem with something like that is like, you would have to know for absolute sure, because of like people who get convicted and then end up, they're innocent, but so you've revealed that pedophilia is a power issue. The perpetrator gets off on having total control over the victim. Yeah, well, that's, But why is that his preference? Has he been offended against? I don't remember. It's been years since I've seen it. I can't really remember it. That's why I was wondering if anybody else and relevant truth. What I mean by it just means basically what it says. Like, in order to do YouTube, I should probably reword that. Let's see. I'll reword it. Not that it's that big a deal, but I can see people making a big deal of it. Let's see. Maybe I can't. I might not be able to change it. It's not that big a deal. Okay. Never mind. No biggie. Feasting. I know. That's crazy, Swamp Beast. Actually here for a live. Hey, Michelle. So we're at my uncle's at fault if their dad forced them to do things. So were my uncles at fault if their dad forced them to do things? Wow, really, Catlin? That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible to do to force somebody to do something like that. That is just oh my gosh. God. That is crazy. Yeah, I think Boo Boo grows by super chat. But I don't know if it's working. I thought he was, but and then at the top right we just have a little app thing I have running where I told Jim if he has anything to say he can say it right here. We're just so you kill, you die, you say kids, your pecker gets cut off. I mean, that's true. Wait, what's that supposed to say? You probably have a sensory disorder. I do, and certain sounds like air conditioner buzz really bothers me. I get anxious. I have to move away. Yeah, I that's probably that sounds about right. But it's not like it depends. Like usually it's worse. Like I get more irritated if I'm under stress, or it might be normal. I don't know. Of course, I know chemical castration is literally meds. Hmm. What's chemical? So like it falls off? 5 years ago, I guess she was abusive to us when we were young, but not in that way. It made sense when I learned she tried to do the best she could with what she knew. Whoever was having problems with sounds, just know you're not alone, guys. Yeah, it was me saying that. I mean, I mentioned that because certain sounds, I was saying how I've kind of wondered recently if I'm autistic slightly, because I get so bothered by certain noises and sounds, but I don't know, like, it also seems like everybody has certain sounds and stuff that really annoy them. So it could just be, I have no idea if it's normal or not. She said she could see everything from my point of view now, and she was sorry I actually said that. Yeah, Catlin, that's kind of like, that's basically what Jim said, pretty much immediately. I guess it, well, that's what the app said. No, and on electronic mediums, also hers said something similar to, you know, to now seeing things clearly, being sorry, not seeing everything through. And I asked electronic medium too. I could have sworn, does anybody remember when we were watching electronic medium's video about Jim? Did the number 6 come up, or like, I could have sworn the date, because I was like, the 6th, I was like, well, his funeral was today, so, which is the 6th. I could have sworn, I don't want to watch it yet, because I don't want to, like, get upset like that again, but I will, here in a couple days, I'm going to. Depa Provera? Oh, really? Does it take away their drive? Some people can't handle my ears ring too, as I don't know what that means, but it sounds bother me too. Had a great child. I do think people are born with it. See you Thursday. That's right. It said see you Thursday. And it was Thursday when we were doing that, when we were watching it. I thought the number 6 or the 6 came up too, but maybe not. My grandparents speculated. I finally told my daddy about the abuse at 11, and he got us away from her. I know you're protective of me. You definitely a little controlling, but it's okay. I learned how to deal with it over time. Okay, so I want to look at these emails that you guys are. Where can I go to see these emails? Actually, I think I know where to go. Never mind. Critical K, I think, showed them. I didn't have a chance to. I went on her, or watched her live towards after she had been on for a while. So, oh shoot, Circle Jerks is on. How long have they been on? Let's see. His sister, Jared's sister, was saying that she thinks that Jared should be investigated for the Kylie case, because she claimed allegedly that one of his victims looked exactly like Kylie. Beard? Oh no. Hopefully I don't. Yeah, Sunshine, I could probably, after yeah, I love helping people especially women learn how to resell or what to buy, or a good place to. Sorry, I turned on circle jerks for a second to see how long they've been on because I feel bad. Okay, so critical. Why is my internet going so slow? University. Call me a slut in high school. I never let it bother me, but eventually gets to you. Just have to shrug them off and move on. Sounds bother me too. Okay, creamer panties. Oh gosh. But if you type exclamation email, it pulls up my email. Okay. Why is my internet is moving so slow? Like, I mean, this is crazy. Supposed to have way better internet, and this is like, nope, that's not correct. I don't understand. Yeah, this might be an issue, guys. Like, my internet is like horrible right now. I don't get it. She might have taken the video. Critical K might have taken the video down because. I mean, Critical K is not always my favorite person because I think she could be really like condescending, and passive aggressive. And she definitely is full of herself a little bit. I mean, last night it was kind of ridiculous. She was talking about how she's always right. And she meant it too. She was like, I'm always right. And when are you guys going to learn it? And she was talking about how smart she is. Because I guess she had stated how Jared was, I don't know, she said some things about him before, and she's like, I told you guys. I don't know. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Lady CG, well, I just realized that Circle Jerk's on. She might be over there watching them, or I don't get why my internet is not. And I'm connected straight to the internet too, like by cord. All right, I'll try to share my screen. How? How? Okay. So this is Critical K. I'm just using her video as a. I'm not gonna play too much of her video because I don't know. She gets mad at it, but I want to. She has documents in it that you guys were talking about, so I just wanted to see. Yes, I am experiencing interruptions. Something just popped up. Are you experiencing interruptions? Find out why. Here, actually, let's close that. That might be why. Part of the reason. Um, okay, so is these the emails you guys are talking about? Gosh, my daughter's see how it's like so anything. So I don't know who these emails were to or anything about these emails, but I did hear about this situation and yeah, this is crazy. I mean, do you guys I saw people though that think since it was a long time ago that I don't know, guys, like that is pretty bad. It's not like it's like, you know, it's okay. So here is okay. Yeah, see, I can't read that very well. And I even changed the resolution. Um, okay, so there's two charges that were filed against Jared on October or no, I'm sorry. It was filed November 3rd. So just a few days ago. Two charges of a child, which are the highest felony you can get. So that's what it, yep, first degree felony. So yeah, I mean, I imagine people are going to come, other people are going to come forward and, you know, it's because I don't believe that there's just this one instance, you know. Move my camera there so you could kind of see that the word still. Okay. Hey, Krugs. Let me see what you guys are missing. Yeah, but this video was particularly interesting because, ew, are you serious, LeBlanc? Oh my gosh. Ew. That is not even normal. That to me, and if this is really his sister that came in critical case last night, like she was saying that he was harmful to animals, that he's been this way his whole life, he is manipulative, that he lives by the saying that he only has people in his life that he can make money off of. Yeah. Sounds like this this guy hides under the veil of goodness, you know, which is what we seem to see a lot. It's not just this guy. I mean, we were talking about the corruption in Hawkins County, and hold on, I was going to make this bigger so we can see it for, because I just saw Marlita. Thank you. She said, "Death leaves a heartache no one can heal. Love leaves a memory." Yes, see, my shirt grew. My shirt grew. Death leaves a heartache no one can heal. Love leaves a memory no one can steal. You and Jim have many memories, and that's the best love of all. It warms my heart to know you're at peace and coping. Just know we love you. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I have my moments, but it is definitely getting. I'm able to function, you know, and so thank you so much, and thank you. No, nope. How does people buy? I always see. Do I have my gift memberships on? I always see people buy gift memberships for people. Can you guys let me know if mine's on, because I don't know how people do that. So is it defendant's name? Jared Lasik. Seeing what else is on here. Like, okay, let's. Yeah, I really don't have very much stuff open up. So, okay, so this says State of Utah versus Jared Lasik, page 2, statement of probable cause. The defendant and the victim were cousins, or are cousins, not were. So the defendant and the victim are cousins. In 1992, the victim was between 9 and 10 years old. The defendant is 7 years older than the victim. Just before November 1st, 1992, the victim lived in Ephraim, which is located in Sanpete County. About this time, the defendant and the victim were in the victim's bedroom when the defendant pinned the victim to the ground, pulled her underwear down, and put his penis in, oh my gosh, in her vagina. During another incident that same year, the defendant and victim were at their grandparents' house in Manti when the defendant laid on top of the victim and put his penis in her vagina. Sorry. It says this information was obtained from the following witnesses: Detective Corey Devin Krebs, Euphrain City. That's, I didn't see that part, which I mean I already knew about the. Yeah, that's disturbing. Does Jared have children? That's a good question. He's married. I mean, he has a wedding ring on. You know, in his pictures. So he does have children. It is sad for the women. Hey, Robin and C12. I think, Connie, I think if you hit like where you go to super chat, I think it should see if there's a gift membership thing there. I just want to know if you guys can see it. That's it. says everyone in real life that knows me knows it. These people, right? Wow. Yeah, it is concerning about his kids. Makes you wonder, though, like, it does make you wonder. So, it's at the top of the email. It's just freaking lagging so bad. It's so. Oh, you guys, something crazy happened yesterday, by the way. Speaking of Jim, interior hell, Skip, hopefully nothing about hell. That's not good. Please beware. I had no idea until recently when I had the unfortunate chance of coming across a video of my childhood rapist, Jared Lasik, my cousin, yes, my own flesh and blood, and I wasn't his only family victim. And honestly, who knows how many others there are out there that aren't part of our family. Due to his diving group Adventures with Purpose, this man is regarded as a hero and an angel, and he is invited into people's homes with welcome loving arms. He has been through the system, CPS, the Mormon Church, therapies, and so many more, as you'll be able to tell from his writing. But I do know for a fact that he did not start with me, and he didn't stop with me either. He, at one point, like you all will read, did verbally admit to my mother, blank, that he had touched me, molested me. Obviously skimming over the more horrific parts, like his attempted sodomizing of her daughter directly above her. Oh my God. My grandfather and my grandmother's heads, by the way. Wait, what? Obviously skimming over the more horrific parts, like his attempted sodomizing of her daughter directly above her. Okay, directly above her, my grandfather and my grandmother's heads, by the way. And the fact that the age of 910, he gave me a yeast infection from raping me, and I had no idea. So I had to go through the trauma of my mother and my grandfather finding white stuff in my panties and treating me horribly and questioning me and punishing me for the problem. Aw. When he told her, she started to cry, hugged him, and told him that she forgave him. She never turned him into the police, and I was never got any form of help or anybody to talk to about it. We went out to go travel on the carnival, which made me unable to be anywhere for more than a week, which meant that I couldn't say anything to anyone. My own mother protected him and even talked to me about it, other than to tell me she had been blank and her story was worse than mine. Oh my gosh. He finally admitted it in writing because he and the family are are all very sure that the statutes of limitations have passed and he's safe, so he can. But just so you're aware and keep your daughter safe, be careful around this man. His business is in Oregon, and I don't know, that part's cut off, but I wanted to tell you guys also what happened yesterday. Real quick before I move on. So I went to look at that go get that vehicle bar, Vile Town Bar. Sandra. sore. Okay. So I keep having weird things like happen, coincidences, okay? And I mean, the fact that Jim passed on Halloween is not an accident. I believe there's a reason for that. He always teased me about believing in, this type of stuff, like ghosts and stuff. He gave me such a hard time. And so I knew always that, when he passed, because I knew he was going to pass, even though he refused to believe it, I knew he was going to pass before me. Because he was way older than me, and also his health. I always told him to haunt me, and I always figured he would haunt me when he. So, I just find it's just crazy that he passed on Halloween, and then just the way he passed too is how he would have wanted to happen, which does give me some relief. So I'm trying to think of other coincidences that have happened. It's just so weird. Well, I'll tell the one yesterday. Well, we go to Olive Garden after we get the vehicle, okay? Because as I told Caitlin, since Jim's not around anymore, that I would once a week, do something special with her, whether that's like go to dinner or movie or something, because she was so used to him picking her up every day and taking her places. Anyways, you guys knew about this weird tension going on with the family because of them taking that vehicle while I was sleeping, the kids. Now, the problem, they wanted to say that the blue car's mine, but what they didn't realize is that blue car's been freaking messed up for months and months and months. Actually, well, not months and months and months, since Jim went on that cruise. And that's why, and besides, I always drove the other cars. We never drove the blue car. Anyways, so there was just this weird, like, awkwardness, and that's why I did not go to the funeral today. I did not want there to be any issues. But I am really close to his mom, and I kind of feel like his mom would never like not talk. I feel like they are. I feel like somebody's blocked my number from her phone. We'll just say that. And I don't think she has any idea. But when I was at the restaurant yesterday, I was sending a voice message to my aunt who was asking me when Jim's services were. So they're talking about, and I was like, trying to explain to her, I'm like, you can go, but me and the rest of the family aren't going to go because this, we don't want any awkwardness. I explained it. And while I was explaining, I look up and I see this girl, and I'm like, oh my God, there is Jim's sister. I couldn't freaking believe it. Right? And I mean, I was like, that's Jim's sister. How the heck do these things keep happening? It was, and I walk over to her, and, I'm like, because I can't get a hold of anybody. Well, I haven't actually reached out for several days now, but, and I talked to her, and I was like, I kind of just teared up because I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but, I just want to let you guys know that, or let you know that, to tell Jim's mom, I won't be able to make it, but I sent like I I did buy a really nice like flower arrangement. And I wanted her to make sure that Jim's mom got that and that the kids didn't like throw it away or something. Yeah, Tennessee, I will. But I'm gonna wait. Like I don't want to bring any more issues on her. So it says educator is what musician, educator, authority. Um right, Michelle. That's what that's what Jim would want me to do, so I'm going to, and it's good for me anyways to get out a little bit, you know. We were going to today, like that way. We were kind of gonna drive to Indianapolis just to, you know, because we drive the new vehicle, just get out and go see a movie. But I guess we decided not to today. Yes, read what? Alice, read. Alice, Alice. Jim's telling Alice to read. Whoever. No, I didn't. I also didn't want to see him in a casket, like, you know. But I was gonna go and read something. But anyway, seeing it was just weird. Seeing his sister there, it was so strange. Like how that was. I was sitting there talking about him, and you know. So is that? I guess that was cut off. So this says, do you feel better as a person doing things like this? Does this make you feel like less of a child molesting monster parading around in human skin? There is no forgiveness for what you did to me in my home in Utah, Grandma and Grandpa's house in Las Vegas, and right above Grandma and Grandpa's head in their very own truck. Whoa. Um, the rest of the family is just about as much to blame as you because they didn't turn you in when they knew better, and I was just a child and did not know better. And yet you're still welcomed at family get-togethers, and like my grandfather's funeral, the while in the parking lot getting ready to get out of the car and a tent, I seen your face, and became so violently ill I couldn't even attend. I had to drive down the street to CVS and watch it via Zoom. All these people may be calling you a hero and saying that you're doing such great things, but we both know the truth about you, and you're obviously not ashamed of your past, but I also am not ashamed of my past, and I have a voice and I use it as much as I possibly can. Your secrets are not hidden. Okay, and then it looks like he wrote back, I am so very sorry for the things that we cannot change. It is unfortunate that the Lasik and Juha's lineage experienced the shit that you, I, and many of other cousins were brought into. Like yourself, I was once a victim by multiple people, both in and out of the family. It is unfortunate. Something to experience. So he's sitting there he doesn't even, he says, I'm so very sorry for the things we cannot change. That's a weird thing to say. Don't you guys think? That's like so insensitive. Weird. Okay. Trying to. This is like. Still. Not. Okay. I want to see the documents or these emails. I don't know where she got them at, but I'm going to be reading off her screen if my internet wasn't going to so slow. Alice, Reed, Mason, Lifestyle, Trick, okay, aim. Okay. That's what it says. I'll read that. Let me see what you guys are saying. Scrolling up here. Lots of times that's how it goes. It's in the family, not to be spoken of. Sad. Yeah. Not when I don't believe there's such things as coincidences when they keep happening over and over and over. Like when several of them, you can explain away like one or two coincidences, but when they keep happening, it's just so obvious. Always late. I got a van. So yeah, I got a mom van. I figured that it would be good to have like now that I don't have Jim, like because he always has a van or he always we always just use his or he always helps. I'm gonna have I might have to move a lot of my stuff myself, and a van would be really helpful if I move from here. Right? Not exactly. Not an ounce of apology or remorse. No, it's just like, sounds like he's just like, well, it happened to me too, and it's just too bad. And then he needs to contact the people that did it to him. But in this situation, he's the offender. So, he sounds like an abusive prick, to be honest. Oh, they're on Reddit? Say, I know in time things will work out in very appropriate and thoughtful ways of flowers. Oh, yeah, I sent really. No, we don't want incubuses here. Nope. No evil, only godly. Only, really, I just want to talk to Jim Ellis. No incubus. He said incubus on that app. Right, exactly. And that's the whole reason why I was driving his van. Well, actually, I always have for years. It's nothing new. Um, now I'm gonna have a payment, so I have to be responsible. It does feel like, I don't know. We're saying all kinds of things, just bonding. We're being good. Okay. Okay, so it looks like this is Jared messaging her. And it says, unfortunately, your desire to have a 46-year-old male live the mistakes of a 12-year-old simply is not realistic. What? Of a 12-year-old? Okay. Hold on. Let me I thought he was 17. Or is he just trying to downplay his, make himself not sound like so horrible? You guys, I wanted to make like a voice, I don't know, something for, I have so many recordings of Jim. You know how all my phone calls were recorded because of YouTube? Well, I only have since July, unfortunately. So that means because I changed phones and I factory reset the other one. So I don't have our older ones, which is unfortunate because since July, that's about when we started freaking having our issues with, because I started dating somebody and he got, so it sucks. But I'm trying to find, when I become strong enough to listen to it, I want to find, where he says, I love you or something. And I don't know, maybe put it in a bear or something to give to his mom, even though he would be he's saying it to me. But, I decided it'd be nice for her to have his voice. Because I kept those recordings. And unfortunately, and, we're being rude to each other, being really mean to each other. So it sucks hearing that. But it is good that I have his voice. I am thankful for that. And I am glad that, one of our last conversations, we did have a good conversation. And, I did tell him he truly was my hero. Let's see here. Okay, so her name was, I'm trying to look her up on Facebook again. Lisa, her name was, I thought it was, oh yeah, I think it's Clarissa. I don't want to, Clarissa. I'm probably going to be going live like more earlier on because I just have to be, like I said, I have to be consistent and disciplined. I don't know, but I can't find her Facebook now. Did she delete her Facebook? Did anybody else look her up? Oh, there she is. That's right. It's Jessica. I wonder if she would. I was going to message her real quick. I can't see your guys' I can't see your messages right at the moment. Okay. Sorry, I wanted to, before I forget, because sometimes if I don't do things while I'm okay. I've already written both my boys' letters just in case. Yeah. Yeah, Rennie, I think it would be cute. Saying he loved her and missed her. After he passed, she sent everyone that message. We all cried. If he's talked down to her that way her whole life, he's learned to be very manipulative, and she probably been made to feel like her memory isn't valid. Yeah, and she looks like she possibly had some got into some trouble and stuff too, but so did he. I mean, I was thinking, oh, maybe she's the black sheep or whatever, but I looked at, I mean, his background's is like worse than hers. Oh, okay, I am gonna go ahead and okay. This is the right place. Okay, so pause. Pause. It's, gosh, ridiculous. Okay, then she says, or he says to her, fortunately, your desire to have a 46-year-old male live the mistakes of a 12-year-old simply is not realistic. Oh my God. Thank God we are not forever judged for our actions as youth, and I'm grateful that many of us cousins acknowledged and stopped those sins which happened to us and those sins we once committed as a result of grooming. It is healthy for you to now be open and talk about the past. You, as a full grown woman in your early 40s, are to be commended for facing and standing up to those actions which happened to you in your past. Spread awareness and stop the cycle as we cousins within the family have for our own children and grandchildren. Protect your own children and grandchildren as we have to help the world become a better place. We live in a society that acknowledges the mistakes made in the past, accepting those who have proven to change. My life holds no secrets, and everyone in my office feels your pain and has seen this email string, for I don't filter my own emails. They know me for the man I am, or they know me for the man that I am, and not the mistakes of a 12-year-old who learned to recognize the cycle and break the cycle of many of us cousins did. You were younger and not yet. Yeah, if he was 12, then she would have been 5. Or wait. Yeah, right? She said it was like 6 to 7 years difference or something. Um we live in a society that acknowledges the mistakes made in the past, accepting those that have proven to change. Oh wait. You were younger and not yet ready to accept my apology and recognize the steps we made for future generations to protect them. I hope you can one day find forgiveness and peace. Feel free to have any last words, for I will not respond to any further attacks as to my character today based upon those actions as a youth. Should you desire a healthy adult conversation as to the past, I'm open to helping you through the acceptance and growth that many of us face and have dealt with. Wow. He's totally what, deflecting, or what would the word for that be? Like, just instead of focusing at the subject at hand, he's like, oh well, all of us have gone through it, so, and we've moved on, so you should too. You should be strong, and I'll help you through it. Yeah. Okay. And then she writes a little note here, it looks like, and says the person that he refers to as blank would be my cousin blank and one of his previous victims prior to me. He referred me to her so that way she could help me learn how to forgive him. Not to mention, unprovoked by me, she contacted me a few days after these emails happened and has tried to convince me, but all of this is not as bad as I see it. She's tried to convince me that it's not as bad as, huh? Sorry, I'm okay. Almost there. So, do you guys think that, is he the one of the founders of AWP, or is he just like work for him, or what? I haven't really looked into these guys too much. I know many people did, but I, things have been crazy. Handsome. It just said handsome. Yes, you are handsome. Pick handsome. Oh my God! It says, he said, or this said enemy twice. Still. Okay. Yep. He's a founder. Well, the problem is, Joe, is that an um it's an entity like AWP. It's one entity. It's not like, you know what I mean? So basically all the people that run it, is this a nonprofit, or it's not a nonprofit, is it? It's a for profit, right? Either way, he has a better than thou complex, seem like a snark or sneaky car salesman. Founder and CEO, they appointed a new CEO recently. Sorry. Hold on. Look at this. Can you guys see that at the top? It said, okay, so you know how it said handsome? So this has almost 10,000 words in it that supposedly they claim that they think ghosts can, or spirits can manipulate. Anyways, and this app lets you add in some others to add to it. And I put in like So that's how I was able to come up with my name, because my name's not going to be in the thing. But it said, so you remember when Handsome came up, and I was like, oh, still he's still like stuck on himself or has a big ego. And then it said Adrian am not. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Stop. What? Stop what? Am not. Stop. Oh, okay, sorry. I apologize. Oh gosh. I'm telling you, sometimes it feels like it's like, I mean, sometimes it seriously, the stuff that comes up makes you really wonder sometimes. I know, Sophia, I don't know who Sophia is. Drink. Uh, Okay. What was crazy, it kept saying eat, eat, eat. Like, that's one word that kept coming up because I didn't eat for like, first time I ate was like, actually ate was yesterday. Like ate. Not just like a couple bites of something so I don't pass out. It kept saying eat, eat, eat. I'm like, I can't eat. um, but I thought that was funny. Okay, so now this says, let's continue to read this. Well, there is a lot of shit that has happened throughout my own life personally, from molestation, abandonment, growling, growing up in foster care, and any other shit along the way. I would not change a thing, for it has made me who I am today. I cannot apologize for others for anything that has happened to you in your life, but I have done my best to acknowledge directly with you my own mistakes. I held no secrets as to this with my own parents, with my grandma and grandpa, with your mother, Aunt Blank, and Blank, my own wife, and my children. Wow. I don't know. If I found out my husband did that, like, I don't understand these women that can be with these guys. I mean, I understand that he was underage and stuff, and sometimes our brain will like find ways to find ways so we hear what we want to hear and make excuses. But at 17, that's and the age difference. I mean, she was really young. It's really hard for me to be able to come up with any excuses with that. I don't think him being a minor can be an excuse in that situation. And I'm glad that she came forward, and I think she's brave. Um, if she hears this, like, thank you for coming forward. It's I mean, sometimes I feel like it's always best to do the next right thing, no matter what. And a lot of the times that means not going along with the the crowd, and it can be really uncomfortable. But you'll have your time to shine. I'm telling you, this it it can. You have to think. You could possibly save. You probably are saving other people if something can be done. If he can be, well, I don't know if he'll actually. I don't know if he probably wouldn't get prison time, but I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, well, actually, it's 2A felonies. It's the worst felony you can get, or 2 first-degree felonies. But he was 17, so I don't know how they would. I don't know how true this is. I don't remember what chat I was in that that said he just bought over $100,000 home and still has his last name. Wait, what? Did you say something before that? Is that a continuation? Hey, to Circle Jerks, I am so sorry that I went live at the same time as you. I felt so bad. I didn't realize. Like, I always checked for Circle Jerk because if they're live, I feel really bad. But I am glad that, now they are getting enough of a following that they, can, they don't need my help. Even when I'm live, they still have a couple hundred in there. That's great. Yeah, this is an app. I told Jim if he wants to say anything, to say it through this. Well, it sounds like to me that he's so. I'm glad that seems to be honest. I guess not really honest, because he's not repeating the facts correctly according to her by a lot. You weren't 12, you were 17. Like, that's a big difference. Like, it makes a huge difference. Sorry. That's, oh my God. Well, I'll check it out, tits. Oh, where's Jab? Yes, Jim is very generous. He was like one of the most generous people I've ever seen or ever met. He was a minor, and I think unless it's murder, if you don't file charges in 20 years, then you can't. So it's barely. So she had until the end of this year. So it sounds like she's really been dealing with been struggling. I mean, you have to deal with that for 20 years. Okay. He said, let me continue because I do have to go off here in a few. I got to list these, Anna Lee. If any of you, once again, anybody collect Anna Lee, I have over, or you want to start a collection, oh my gosh, I am your girl. And I want to sell all of them together. There's over 110 of them. There's some very rare ones. If sold all separately, it would be several $1,000s. But gosh, I don't know. I'm kind of, I don't know. I am a reseller, so I should sell individually. But anyways, I've even discussed publicly about my situation and the unfortunate shit that has happened within families. Do we pinpoint it to the Lasik and Jahaz lineage, or do we pinpoint it to Mormonism? No, we pinpoint it to you. Stop putting it on something else. You're sitting there not taking responsibility. That's what this dude's brain is doing to him, is like trying to be like, oh, in order to, so he doesn't have to take responsibility for what he did, and so he can feel okay about it, he's going to try to pinpoint it right here in an email to his cousin. A very inappropriate time to try to figure out where he got his pedophilia from. He can do that on his own time. Right here, you need to be taking responsibility for your actions. It doesn't matter what the cause or what it doesn't matter. What about people who murder somebody? Like, can they just say, "Oh, well, let's pinpoint and see what made me become a murderer. Let's see whose fault it is. Are we going to put it on my mom because of this reason, or are we going to put it on my dad because let's do some research." Yep, I do stress a lot. It just said stress. Yeah, and you probably were stressing too. It just said stress on the app. I'm talking to him like he's like right here or something. I do feel like he hears me. Sometimes I swear I feel like he's around. How does Utah bring charges on him but not Dawn? Just curious. I don't know. It's a good point. I don't know. She filed the charges herself, though, didn't she? Or how'd that work? I don't know. I haven't looked into it too much, so I don't know how that works. If she files charges, is it a civil? I don't know. I don't want to comment on that because I don't know yet, because now I'm curious as well. Oh, is this a? Means there is no statute of limitations for sex crimes. The state of Utah can charge and prosecute rape at any time after the crime was committed. Is that even if they were a minor? Okay, she went to the police and okay. Well, he pretty much admits it. It sounds like she has absolute proof. You know, Dawn didn't really, he kind of admitted it, but he like beat around the bush. Like, I don't know. You know, I don't know. This guy like really is definitely saying he did it, but he's not accepting of it, because the reason why he's not accepting of it is because people have been, you know, enabling him his whole life, letting him get away with this stuff. And he, you know, people want, his family they don't want to feel like horrible people for trying to supporting him, so they have to have an excuse for his behavior too. Because if it's him, then, you know, we couldn't benefit from his, you know, his new famous, him being famous now, you know, want to benefit from that, but, you know, how it hurt as a child, and they do it themselves, never understood. Yeah, it just sticks with you. Hey, cracking asses, how are you doing? Drowning in antiques left by my late father-in-law. I have to start selling this stuff, but I have no idea where to even begin. I'm totally overwhelmed. If you have any beginner tips. Well, you want to search it and see, you know, look them up and see what they're going for on eBay. Newly wild. Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty wild. Minute when he was younger was the same age. I believe they both should be charged. They both have families who swept it under the rug. If you were charged with a sex crime that was committed before the statute of limitations was removed in 2013, you might be able to get the sex crime charges dropped. I know it can be very, very overwhelming, Jin P. I would list on Macari. That's been my best, what I feel has been the most. Now, I was going to do an Annalise show on Whatnot, but then, all this stuff happened and it just didn't ever. Yours said tube steak. Wait, what do you mean yours says tube steak? Do you have Katie, do you have this app on too? Shut up. Did it really say tube and then steak? Don't send me a screenshot and email it to me. Or what do you mean mine said tube steak? You mean your boyfriend or? Oh, she probably means her boyfriend. She must be way behind because we were talking about that earlier. I truly have nervous gas to see my sister tomorrow and lay her to rest. I didn't go to Jim's funeral, but that was because of other reasons. But I really wasn't too excited about it anyways, but I was excited to say something. I wanted to speak. I'm a very sentimental person, so I'm one of those that, things like that I feel like mean more than material type stuff. Pixar didn't happen, right? I think I might have been confused what Katie Bug was trying to say. Oh shit, I have to change my battery on my camera is about to die. 1 second. These things go through battery. So, I figured out how to use, I am happy that I figured out how to use my, I figured out why my camera wasn't working. You remember when I was on Whatnot, like for hours trying to figure out what the hell was going on and why I couldn't use my camera. And oh my gosh, I figured out why. You have to use the cord. I'm just going to say this just in case any of you just so happen to have a Canon camera and have the same issue, it could help somebody and save you hours of your life. Because now we know, how precious life is. Right. I would have loved to have just a couple more hours, right. With Jim. But, oh my gosh. I can't even freaking think straight. What is wrong with me? I just lose my thoughts. Like when I'm talking, I hate it. It's bad. I hate funerals. I'd much rather the person when they're living. Yeah. I don't feel like there's any real reason to, honestly, it's more for us here on Earth, I think, than, look, it says ethics. We were just talking about kind of like sentimental and stuff and not materialistic. I don't know. Anyways. Funerals are more for people here on Earth. It's to really, if you feel bad because, or if you beat yourself up about not going to a funeral or whatever, it's more about like, because like, oh, what are other people going to think? Oh, what are other people going to think, Because otherwise it wouldn't matter, because in your heart, like how you feel for the person, and you don't have to be at the funeral home. if there's an afterlife and if there's, something beyond this life, you don't have to be at the funeral to do something special for them. You don't have to. That's just, I don't know. Much rather the person acknowledges something for the deceased and only makes people there feel horrible. Yeah, and you see him in the casket, and I didn't want to see him like that. It took me. I mean, I'm stuck with that. That sight of him in that hospital bed. I'm stuck with, feeling his hand, and there's just no life. That it's tough, but I think seeing him in the casket, I think, would be worse. Plus, like, yeah. Crash. What's this about crash? I don't like that because hearing crash hearing. Okay. I'm going to keep reading this. I have been discussed publicly. Okay. I do not have an answer. There is no way for me to understand the hatred and resentment that you must have for me over 3 decades later. I don't like how he just said that. To me, that sounds like he's saying, oh, it's been 3 decades. Like the way he said it, it's like he's trying to make it seem like, oh, it's so long ago and you're just so ridiculous. That's how I'm taking it anyways. What about you guys? I heard about your driving into the cemetery a few weeks later. Trust me, had I known that you had a desire to be there and that I was the only reason keeping you away, I would have 100% given up my time to do what I could to avoid the ceremony so that you would feel comfortable and have your time with Grandma and the rest of the family. It is your decision and your choice if you ever want to accept my apology. I have made my peace in my life with all things bad, including this situation. If you ever want to discuss, I'm always available to have that conversation with you, either in person or over the phone. Sincerely, Jared. Oh my God. This guy is so, like, emotionally unavailable. Just, seems like unfazed. I don't know. Detached. I don't know. What's up with this guy? Let's see what else here is there. Okay, so she responds back. His sister. She says, or I'm sorry, his cousin. This is not his sister. This is his. Okay. Wait, who? Okay. No. Who was the one that filed the one that filed the chart? This is his cousin in these emails, right? Or was, yeah, I keep getting confused because I know his sister is also accusing him, but so this would be the cousin in these emails. because that's where. There's Lady CG. Somebody was asking about you just a little bit ago. Me too, cracking asses. Critical K. Back when her and what's her name were a team. Aww, Becca, that's so sweet. Caitlin's gonna love that. I just saw a notification for an email and it said a PlayStation gift card. That's like her favorite thing ever. That's always what she asks for. Did you? That is so sweet. Thank you so much. She must be asleep. Otherwise, she would be like, Caitlin, Becca got you a freaking PlayStation gift card. You asked her to. That was a very what? Oh, she asked you. Okay, which you want? I was gonna say, gosh. No, we'll just add it. You just add it to your account. Okay. But that was really sweet, Beckett. You guys are so awesome. Thank you guys so much. Like, seriously, if it wasn't if it wasn't for you, I don't even know where I'd be right now. So she says to him, let's do some math here. I was 9 or 10 when living in Utah, and you forced me to have sex with you on my bathroom floor upstairs. You are 6 or so years older than me. That makes you older than 12. In Las Vegas at Grandma and Grandpa's house, you were living there and you had your own car, a Volkswagen Beetle, and was driving it when it ran. So please stop making it sound as if you were a young child during the time you were molesting me. Maybe you started that young with the others. But as you are not willing to face your wrongdoing in a proper fashion, then that is on you and you alone. No one or anyone who supports you in your sick delusional fantasy of forgiving yourself for the pain and suffering you caused and willingly and knowingly caused not only a child but your own family member. But I do appreciate your admitting it all in writing. She's like, I do appreciate you put it in writing so I can have you, force you to, take responsibility or to see, it is not okay. It is a slap in the face though for him to say that. It's like almost like he's just trying to, by him acting like, oh, everything's so great. And I've look, it just said support, guys. Look what it just said. I'm telling you. I was just talking about you guys and your support. I'm telling you this thing is, I'm telling you this thing freaks me out sometimes. Fancy box on the left of your screen where it says support. It's just and before she could move to have him prosecuted. Indictment makes the accusation in writing presented by a grand jury to the district court charging a person with a public offense. This is called gosh, I'm not sure. I think it's ghost something. Yeah, I'm afraid to light. I'll text you about and let you know. It starts with ghost like something. It looks like a real. It actually is. Paranormal investigators actually use this app a lot. It can see. So, and also you can add your own words to the dictionary. So you can add, um, because this supposedly the spirits can only pick, what words are in there. So I don't know how it all works, but right, Becca? Let's see. Okay. Then he says, "You are welcome. I hope it helps in your healing process." She says to him, "If you truly want to apologize, then pay for your actions. Walk into a police station with me and confess your actions, get it on record, and have yourself registered as the sex offender that you are. My only regret in life was not being as open about you and your abuse to anyone and everyone who would listen like I am now, and turning you into the police like you should have been." Hold on, let me take a drink here. Ready, it says. What are you ready for? Anyways, I like this girl. I'm glad she's sticking to her guns here. I'm glad she's got the strength to do this. This is, you'd have to be brave, that's for sure. She says, "I don't know, I don't understand how you can try and get me to sympathize with you and your past issues. Not at all. It angers me twice as much to know that not only did you know firsthand the torture you were inflicting upon me because you experienced it yourself. That makes you an even bigger monster that I have had pictured in my mind. Absolutely disgusting. You're an emotional vampire." I noticed all the therapy terms you used in your message. Typical narcissism at its best. How somebody could ever come to peace with damaging such a young, innocent human being is beyond me. Proof of a complete broken mind, assuming that there would be any kind of peace after those types of actions, or that peace should even be deserved. Amen. You are a pedophile. Do not act like you were not old enough to know what you were doing to me during the ages that you were. You could have been tried as an adult at that age and should have been. And as to the comments about my life and the things that have happened to me, I don't know who or why you're even discussing me with, but I can guarantee you that nobody really knows anything because just like your situation, I've kept my mouth shut until recently, and I don't talk to any of the family, just despite what other, as you say, despite what other, as you say, cousins have come to you and said. So be a real man and turn yourself in and pay for your crimes, or continue to be the small, sad, mental midget that couldn't keep his libido under control and blames it on his past. It's more than not keeping his libido under control. I mean, to take it out on a child is even worse. May. It says May. Let me see. Wait. 1 second. I'm going to look at the chat after I see if there's anything else after this. Right, Jen Hoffa? Jared is gaslighting. Yes. Hey, Cindy. Yeah, I have got to go here in a second. Joe. May Joe. Don't know a Joe. Well, there's a Joe in the chat. Joe Pompovich or whatever. Okay, so we read that one already. So this is the charges. That is really. I hope more people. I hope people come forward because I hear. I mean, it sounds like there could be possibly several victims. That way they can go through this together. That would be much easier, I would think, to have support, of somebody who is going through similar. So here she shows a website, I guess, of Jared's. I'm trying to see which one. What's the website? Jared Lasik. Yeah, I need to order some food. I'm really hungry. She pulls up. He has this web page here. JaredLasik.com. My story. And she shows it's really funny. She's he wrote a huge thing about himself. All about himself. I do hope that one day our paths will cross if they haven't already. And being remembered, I would like it if you spoke kindly to me. I want to be remembered as somebody who always ready to share a hug, a smile, a wink, and was always kind to you and others. In the end, I'm just like anybody else. Nope. I'm not like anything like you. I put my pants on one leg at a time and I will have bad days and may even raise my voice. Just give me a quick nap and I'm usually all right after that. Whatever direction you take in life, I truly wish you a world of success in business and personal relationships. Take good care of your spouse, your children, and the friendships worth keeping. Pay it forward and do your best to leave a good legacy for your family. Well, your legacy is about to include pedophilia. Sorry. But guys, I am going to go. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna go start listing these. First, I have to order something to eat. Like I can't hardly, since I didn't eat for those few days. Now it's like I get like I don't know. It's the same conundrum. How do you prosecute an adult for crimes they committed as a minor? Feel bad for Jared's wife and daughters and the AWP crew. None of them did this. I wish people would stop tagging AWP and tag Jared instead. Yeah, I think he should step down. Did you guys say if it was say it's a nonprofit? Because if he's on the board of directors as a founder or probably a president or whatever, then he needs to respectfully have his position replaced instead of letting his colleagues also endure the reputation of his actions. He needs to separate himself from AWP because that's how people are associating this. If he cares about this organization that he helped found, it's an LLC. Well, who's it? How many members? Or how many owners? I didn't think it was a nonprofit. He already stepped down. They have a new CEO and hasn't traveled with them. Oh, really? I find it interesting they put a new CEO out front and center last month. I think they were preparing for this. I'd respect them more if they had removed him rather than being outed. Yeah, because if that girl that came into Critical Case chat, if anybody's interested in this, you might want to watch Critical Case live from last night. A lady that claimed to be Jared's sister was in the chat and talked about the abuse that she claims that she suffered at his hands. And she says that she was saying that she's been trying to out him for years, and she's been completely her family won't talk to her because of her speaking out about Jared. And and then on her Facebook, she shared this. I was going to show this real quick. So, and she goes in on YouTube under her real name. So I'm not doxing her or anything. I'm glad she's being positive now though, because she says karma is coming around tenfold. So glad I've been a good person because when karma catches up with me, I'm going to have a sweet life. That's how I try to look at it too. I think why not believe in karma? And then, that makes you a better person if you think what comes around goes around and you follow that. She says, I feel like I'm living with a target on my back, but I'm used to it. Been standing up for what's right my whole life while others are put on pedestals for doing harm to others. I appreciate the person that is standing up for what's right, as well as I hope this will protect innocent children. We weren't protected, but we're trying to help others. And in case you're not aware, yes, this is my brother. Changed my name to my real name on Facebook a couple months ago, so I'd be easier to get a hold of due to this. So, and Critical K asked her in the chat if, like, how long Jared has known about these charges that were coming out, or this situation. And I guess supposedly what she say, like, since like March or something, that he's known since March or April. And so is AWP. If people find out that AWP knew since March or April and kept him on there, like, that's not a good look at all. Says Cook. Guys, look, it says Cook. That's so funny. No way. No way. No way. Oh my God. Do you guys see what it says? Hold on. Oh my God. Do not say. It just said Cook Tube. Remember when I was saying tube steak earlier? How he always said tube steak? Dude, if it said steak next, I would freaking die. You know, remember how I was talking about how he would say these gross, like, jokes about, like, when I was hungry, he'd be like, oh, you want some tube steak? Or you want some man meat? Her Facebook name is Jessica May Lasik. Chessica. Jessica. Jab. You need more earbuds? Cool. I'm your girl. Buy extras for your friends. As if you weren't distracted enough, right? Here comes the nervous gas. Look at you guys. You guys made my our little shark boo boo a little bigger shark. 14 and above sex crimes. Look up Jessica Longford. Jessica 14 and above. I'm confused about this. Do you guys understand what she's trying to say? I will Google Jessica Longford, but Lunsford. Murder of Jessica Lunsford was an American 9-year-old girl from Homosassa, Florida, who was murdered in February 2005. Lunsford was abducted from her home in the early morning of February 24th, 2005 by John Cooey, a 46-year-old convicted sex offender who lived nearby. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's horrible. He freaking buried her alive. Look, it says Kevin. Kevin as in Kevin who? Tube, especially Kevin. Cook, Tube, especially Kevin. Kevin, especially Tube. I'm trying to especially Tube, especially Kevin. I know a Kevin. I don't know. I'm really sorry. I've been missing your lives. Oh, I know, Kraken. Hey, listen, you don't want to. You didn't with the stuff you have going on. You wouldn't want to have been here. I'm just. This is like my first like somewhat normal YouTube or live because I was just I was just so depressed. So yeah, I wanted to probably been good for you to. So, oh, jab. 14 years of age, you go on list. That Jared has turned his life around in his adult years. If true, there are still consequences. I hope he pays for them. We need solar earbuds that we can leave in the car to charge. Yeah, he has daughters. If convicted of sex crime, you're put on art. Yep. And Jab, I am making that list. Thank you so much. Caitlin added a few things, so I'll get that to you tonight. That's really sweet. The list that you were wanting um of the snacks you were wanting us to make. You won $80. Woohoo! So she posted on her Facebook. She felt like she had a target on her back. And let's see, what is this? I'm not exactly sure what this is. She said, I think it's, or it says, let's see, Shiloh 17. I think it's important to mention that this raises a massive safeguarding issue with AWP. Through AWP, Jared and everyone working within AWP has access to and a position of trust over grieving vulnerable families who are going through the worst moments of their lives. They have access to young children who are frightened and hurting. If there is any evidence that he did it, whether it's enough for a court to convict him or not, he should be immediately removed from that position for the safety of every family who has or will work with AWP. You just cannot take any chances on this shit when it comes to potential predators and deeply vulnerable persons in crisis. Okay. I guess this is just a conversation on like Reddit or something. I'm assuming. I don't know if one of these people is his sister or not, but person replies and says, this reminds me of a post I made in a true crime forum that had a Kylie post shared here. Jared did a meet and greet, and the way he treated the kids and it was atrocious. I went back to find my comments, and I also have provided a link to the video. This man should not be around kids. This meet and greet happened long before Kylie was in the news, but somehow the subject came up in the context of the conversation. Oh, and the family of Nicholas Allen. Oh, and the family of Nicholas Allen was there. What the heck? I need to check that it was Nicholas' family, but it was definitely the family of someone they'd recovered. At times, he put them on camera, such as his younger sister, and prompt them to talk about Nick. It was gross. You don't exploit kids like that. ETA edited. What's ETA mean? Yeah, I know. You're buried now. Okay. It was Nick Allen's family. I just watched the part of the video with his younger sister, and I wish I hadn't. It's chilling and infuriating how casual he was asking. No. Oh, well. Would never. I can't believe this is happening, but hey, Down Under. Ziggy is working on it, working it off at your brothel. Oh, gosh. I'm pissed at families who cover this up. I would murder someone if they touch my daughter. Yep. I don't care who they are. Yep. Where do you want me to send that to you, Jab? Because sometimes I notice, like, I don't know. Sometimes I notice, like, I'll send you a Facebook message and you don't ever see it. I'm giving $100 away to my subs Friday. Whoop, whoop. Share your link before we go, because I'm about to get off here. Everybody sub up to Jab because she does these money giveaways like quite often. If I'm thinking it correct, I'm thinking she does them like once a month or something. I don't know. Cheap? Are you calling her cheap? That's not nice. That's very generous. More than most others do. Oh, is my shark gonna grow? Go to your dinner that you were supposed to already be eating. Oh, yay! Thank you. Yeah, I guess Jav has a channel, but I don't know if she's been. Have you been going live or anything? Oh, every week till January 1st. So even better, every week. For the rest of the year. So yeah, Cindy would probably give it to somebody else or have you redo it. Every time I see that shark in the corner, it makes me think of that Mama Shark or whatever that song is, baby, whatever that shark. What's it called? do. My freaking nephew freaking loved that. Wanted to listen to it non-stop. He would make them play it in the car like over and over again. A link to what, Cracking? Oh yeah. There's Jab. Becca just posted Jab's link. It's called Baby Shark. Baby Shark. Some people call me Adri. Aw. R.I.P. Or it could be RIP. Could be rest in peace or RIP. It was so crazy how freaking I join in. I can't get over how on Electronic Medium's video that she did that it said Daddy Jim. That was like very like, oh my God. I always used to call him Daddy Jim, just you know, just to be funny, like Daddy Jim, just be silly. So when that came up, that was just such an odd thing to come up like that. A cat, yeah. I've been called that before, a cat. Join in S. Or wait, what's eight? That's the number 8. Join in 8. Join in 8. Thank you so much, Danny, by the way. And thank you guys so I hope if I can't see my phone is being used right now, so hopefully nobody's saying cash apps or anything like that I didn't notice. So please know that I'm not like, if somebody did and I didn't like, I haven't seen it yet. So I'm not ignoring. I think that's old pop. Gross. Ziggy, you were talking about snow a while ago. If I was tech savvy, I'd send you a picture of the Great White North. Oh, yeah. This app keeps saying snow, like, and it hasn't snowed this year yet. Surprisingly, I don't mean, usually around Halloween we have our first snow. Look, there's couch again. Is that where the couch? I feel like somebody emailed me and told me to check the couch for my ring, and I was like, "Oh, that's a great idea." So, by the way, thanks to that person. That was a good idea. I looked and I didn't see anything, but couch does keep coming up, and that would make sense. I feel like I was sitting on the couch when my necklace broke because I was playing with the necklace. I think, I don't know. I could be completely making it up too. It could have just been a dream. But I swear I put it on a chain and it broke. Check a box. Check a box. I did look behind the couch. Please let me know if Little Ziggy has an issue with her gift card. Oh, I will. She will be. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll let you know. I'm sure it'll be. That was really very nice of you. And I still need to order my freaking Instacart from Destiny. That was so sweet. Check a box. Like a box, like you mean like an actual box? Oh, good God. If it's in a box around here, do you know how many boxes are in here? That could be like totally, that could be very possible, actually. It could be in the bottom of one of these boxes that I have some products in or something. Gosh. 80 in Virginia Beach. Not. Look, it says not. So it's not in a box. Look, it says not. Sister-in-law is here borrowing clothes, and then I'm on my way to do bad girl shit. See y'all later. Oh no. What's bad girl shit? Yes, I did check the box under the sink. I did. I hope I find it. I hope it's not like, I hope that Jim didn't pick it up because I'm afraid if he did, like, I'll never get it back. Like, that's something he would do, like, when he was, and especially during that time, like, he came over at one point, like, when the toilet was clogged, because he was staying here, till the end of September, but, he was still coming over and picking up Caitlin and stuff, and the toilet clogged, and he came over, I remember, and that would have been in, probably early October or something. So I wonder if I had it like hanging on the mirror or something, and I don't know. Corner. It says corner. Interior corner. Interior corner of what? I always lose one earbud. I just wait, and it will usually show up in a place I never thought to look. Yeah. Hey, Breege. Yeah, have fun cracking. I hope that you're. I hope that actually, and I don't know. That your sister's not in any pain anymore, and that's a big relief in itself. Really, that helped me, like, with my uh grandfather's passing, because I was almost relieved. I didn't want him to be in that pain he was in and stuff. I felt bad for being relieved. I was like, why am I so happy that he passed? And really, it was just because I didn't want him to be in pain. Because really, it's selfish to want them to stay. It's us that, we're the ones they're left behind crying. We don't want them to go, and a lot of times that's selfish, right? But Snooks is making her way around different panels. Just want to let you know. Remember her? Yes. Oh gosh, she's interesting. She's Shiva's favorite. We should replay Snooks live when she, just for old time's sake. Like, I remember when she went to Six Ups, like, several months afterwards, and talked about how bad she was treated on Ziggy's. And we replayed that, and to show how much I, like, I was so uncomfortable, and I was so nice to her too. People always take out on me things like people in the chat say. Strong. She's up there with PG. She's like a flea. She dogs Molly in Tennessee. She's nasty. I think she has to have some type, in a way, I feel like she has some type of issue, and so I feel bad because but she needs to, her husband or somebody needs to help her family, her daughter, something. Cup, strong cup. Cup. C-U-P. You're going to see me pee? I was just thinking how bad I have to pee. And I just noticed how that says, like, if you say it, it says C-U-P. I don't know what made me think of it like that. Probably, Breege. You've been seeing 6 up in chats. Oh my God. A 15-hour live? Who did a 15-hour live? Think about how much of your info is now known after she was. Yeah, I do have to pee really, really bad. So you lost. No, I mean, if she has some type of it keeps saying behind. It kind of freaks me out, like a little bit. Behind cup, maybe behind cup. Maybe this has to do with the ring. Anyways. Guys, I do have to go though. So thank you so much for hanging out. I'm glad to be getting somewhat back to normal, you know? This stream was like somewhat normal. Not complete 100% yet, but getting there for sure. So just hang in there, or, you know, just give me a little bit of grace. Like I said, I'm getting there, surely. I thought for sure I'd be down and out for like 2 months. Seriously. I didn't know how I was going to survive. I really didn't. I didn't know how I was going to be able to even function but it's weird. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys all Monday. If it will let me end. I'm trying to end it, but of course my internet. Tell them bye, Jim. Thank you, Kim North. Julia. All right. Good night.